Hello everyone. In this video lecture, we will study the Equal Remuneration Act of 1976. So let's start with the video lecture. Equal Remuneration Act 1976. The main objective of this is to provide the payment of equal remuneration to men and women workers, and also it should prevent the discrimination on the ground of sex against the women in the matters of employment and the matters connected with this was enacted by the Parliament in the 27th years of Republic of India, and Article 39 of the Constitution will also provide that there should be an equal pay for equal work for both men and women. This was incorporated in DPSP, that is Directive Principles of State Policies, in the Constitution of India. So to give this effect, the constitution provision, the president has promulgated an ordinance that is known as an equal remuneration ordinance in 1975. Now the chapter 1 is related to the preliminary. Short title: extent and commencement of this act. So this act shall be called may be called as the Equal Remuneration Act 1976. This act may extend to the whole of India, and this came into the force on such a date not being later than the 3 years from passing this act. The central government may, by the notification, appoint the different dates as appointed for the different establishment or employment. Next is the definition. First one is appropriate government. So here the appropriate government in relation to any employment carried on or by under the authority of central government or by the railway administration, or in relation to the banking company, a mine, oil field, or a major port, or any corporation established by under the central act or the central government. Here the appropriate government is the central government, and in relation to any other employment it may be the state government. Next is commencement of this act, means the relation to the establishment of employment, the date on which this act come into the force. Next is employer. So employer means the person who has meaning assigned in clause F of section 2 of Payment of Gratuity Act 1972. Next is men and women. Here the male and female human beings irrespective of their ages. Next is notification. So notification means the notification published in official gazette. Next is prescribed. So prescribed means as prescribed by the rules made under this act. Next is remuneration. So remuneration means the basic wage or a salary, in addition to which shall be payable in cash or a kind. Next is same work or the work of similar nature, means the work in respect of which the skill and efforts and responsibility required are the same when performed under the similar working condition by men and women. Next is worker. So here the worker means the worker in any establishment or an employment in respect of which this act has come into the force. Next is the act to have an overriding effect. दिस मीन्स दैट अगर कोई ऐसा एक्ट है जिसका कोई भी लॉज, रूल्स एंड रेगुलेशन किसी भी टाइप का डिस्क्रिमिनेशन लाता है, आइदर इन रिलेशन टू द वेज और आइदर इन रिलेशन टू द सेक्स, एज, जेंडर, सो वो एक्ट के ऊपर आपका इक्वल रिन्यूमरेशन एक्ट जो होता है वो ओवर राइडिंग इफेक्ट करता है, मीन्स ओवर राइड हो जाता है. Next is chapter 2, that is payment of remuneration to at equal rates to the men and women workers and other matters. Here the first is that it shall be the duty of an every employer to pay the equal remuneration to men and women workers of the same work or to the work of a similar nature. सो यहाँ कोई भी एम्प्लॉयर किसी भी टाइप का डिस्क्रिमिनेशन नहीं कर सकता है टू द पेमेंट ऑफ वेजेस फॉर द अपोजिट सेक्सेस. अगर वो मेल को अगर 100 रुपये देता है तो फीमेल को भी उसको 100 रुपये देना पड़ेगा. यहाँ पे कोई डिस्क्रिमिनेशन नहीं कर सकता. Second one is that the no employer shall reduce the rate of employment, rate of remuneration of any worker, and the rate of remuneration payable before the commencement of this act for the men and women workers for the same or the work of the similar nature are different only on the ground of a sex. Then the higher rate at which the remuneration shall be payable and from the commencement of to such a men and women workers. Means that अगर यहाँ पे employer किसी भी टाइप का डिस्क्रिमिनेशन करता है ऑन द बेसिस ऑफ सेक्स एंड और वो किसी मैन वर्कर को ज़्यादा पे करता है एज़ कंपेरिजन टू योर फीमेल वर्कर्स, तो यहाँ पे फीमेल वर्कर्स को भी वही हायर रेट के हिसाब से पेमेंट देना होगा. Next is chapter 2, payment of remuneration at the equal rates to the men and women. Under this the no discrimination to be made while recruiting the men and women workers. मीन्स दैट यहाँ पे एम्प्लॉयर रिक्रूटमेंट करने के समय किसी भी टाइप का डिस्क्रिमिनेशन नहीं करेगा टू द मैन एंड वुमेन वर्कर्स. अगर दोनों के पास सेम स्किल सेट्स हैं तो वो सबसे हाईएस्ट प्रायोरिटी देगा जिनके पास हायर स्किल सेट्स हैं और ज़्यादा एक्सपीरियंसेस है. यहाँ पे किसी भी टाइप का मेल एंड फीमेल के बीच में डिस्क्रिमिनेशन नहीं होगा. नेक्स्ट इज़ दैट प्रोवाइडेड दैट डिस्क्रिमिनेशन तभी होगा जब व्हेन देयर इज़ अ काइंड ऑफ प्रायोरिटी और रिजर्वेशन फॉर अ शेड्यूल्ड कास्ट, शेड्यूल्ड ट्राइब्स और एक्स सर्विसमैन और रिट्रेंच्ड एम्प्लॉयज़ के लिए कोई रिजर्वेशन दिया गया है तभी. Second one is that advisory committee. So here appropriate government can constitute one or more advisory committee to advise the government. So advisory committee में यहाँ पे at least 10 members होने चाहिए and उनमें से at least हाफ ऑफ जो होंगे वो विमेन मेंबर्स होना चाहिए एंड दिस आर अपॉइंटेड बाय द अप्रोप्रिएट गवर्नमेंट. एंड यहाँ पे ये जो होता है वो सजेस्ट करता है टू द एम्प्लॉयमेंट ऑफ द वुमेन, नेचर ऑफ द वर्क, आवर ऑफ द वर्क एंड ऑल्सो द सुटेबिलिटी ऑफ द वुमेन फॉर एनी काइंड ऑफ एम्प्लॉयमेंट. And it shall also regulate its own procedures regarding to this act. And here the appropriate government जो होता है वो also advice लेता है from the advisory committee on the employment. And here he may also give an opportunity to make the representation and issue of such direction in the respect of employment of the women workers as the appropriate governments may think fit. The appropriate government may appoint such officers. The appropriate government may appoint such officers not below the rank of labor commissioner for the purpose of hearing or deciding any kinds of complaints. ठीक है, for hearing any kinds of complaints. So here the complaints is with regards to the contravention of any provision of this act or the claim is arising out of the non-payment of wages at the equal rate to men and women workers for the same work or the work of a similar nature. And when the two or more works are of the same nature and of the similar nature, then it shall be decided by the authority that what kind of remunerations are to be paid by the employer to their employees. And when the complaints or a claims is made after giving the applicant, then the employer can have the opportunity of being heard, and after such an inquiry as he may consider necessary to direct according to this act. Now next is that every authority shall be appointed. Every authority means any kind of authority or inspector which shall be appointed shall have the power of civil code under the civil procedure code of 1860. And here also any employer or the worker aggrieved by any order made by the authority, तो वो next अब complain कर सकता है within the 30 days to the order of this authority. And the authority referred is satisfied that किसी भी टाइप का complaint जो है उसमें sufficient cause है, then the further appeal can be applied in further 30 days to the other higher courts. And also here the provisions of section 33C of Industrial Dispute Act of 1947 shall also apply to the recovery of money due from an employer arising out of the decision of an authority appointed under this act. Means that section 33C के अंडर जो इंडस्ट्रियल डिस्प्यूट एक्ट 1947 में डिफाइन किया गया है उसके अंडर भी एम्प्लॉयज़ जो है किसी भी टाइप का रिकवरी ऑफ मनी के लिए एप्लीकेशन फाइल कर सकता है. Next, third chapter is related to miscellaneous, the duty of employer to maintain the register. So here every employer shall have to maintain such registers and other documents in relation to the workers employed by him and maybe in a prescribed manner. Next is inspector. So the appropriate government may by the notification appoint such a person as they think fit to be the inspector for the purpose of taking investigation. and every inspector shall be deemed to be a public servant with the meaning of the section 21 of Indian Penal Code 1860. Next is penalties. uh, uh, if after the commencement of this act an employers omits or fails to maintain the register and other documents in relation to the workers employed by him, and omit or fails to produce any registers or records relating to the employment of workers, or omit or refuses to give any evidences and prevent his agent and a servant for a servant from giving any evidences, and omits or refuses to give any information, then he shall be punishable with imprisonment which may extend to 1 month, or with a fine which may extend to 10,000 rupees, or with the both. And if after the commencement of this act any employer will contravene the provision of this act, like make any recruitment in contravention of the provision of this act, or make any payment or remuneration at unequal rate to the men and women. Unequal means men and women को different wages दे रहा है for the same work or the work of a similar nature, or any kind of discrimination between the men and women workers, or he omits or fails to carry out any directions made by the appropriate government, then he shall be punishable with a fine which may be of 20,000 rupees but extend to the 10,000 rupees, which may extend to 20,000 rupees, or with an imprisonment for a term which shall not be less than 3 months, but which may extend to 1 year, or with both. Next is offences by companies. So when the offences is done by the company, and the person who is responsible for these offences which were committed shall be deemed to be the guilty of an offences, and shall be liable to be proceeded against and punished accordingly. And next is cognizance and trial of offences. Means no court inferior to that metropolitan magistrate or judicial magistrate of the first class shall try any offences punishable under this act. Means that only the metropolitan magistrate जो होते हैं, और हमारे जो जुडिशल मजिस्ट्रेट होते हैं फर्स्ट क्लास के, वही जो है इससे रिलेटेड केसेस को हियर कर सकते हैं. नेक्स्ट इज पावर्स टू मेक द रूल्स. मीन्स द सेंट्रल गवर्नमेंट के पास यहाँ पावर है कि वो रूल्स बना सकता है, सो दैट द of this act can be carried out. And next is the power of the central government to give the direction. So यहाँ पे सेंट्रल गवर्नमेंट स्टेट गवर्नमेंट को डायरेक्शंस भी दे सकता है टू कैरी आउट दिस एक्ट or for the execution of this act. Next is the act not applied in certain special cases. Nothing to this act shall apply if there are the certain conditions according to the some reservation criteria or any kind of other matters related to this. Next is powers to make a declaration. So the appropriate government when satisfied that there is a differences in regards to the remuneration or the particular species of remuneration, or a men and women workers in an establishment or employment is based on the certain factors like जैसे आपका माइंस होता है, माइंस में हम जैसे वीमेंस को अलाउड नहीं होता है वर्क करना, ठीक है. सो ऐसा कुछ है तो वहाँ पे सेंट्रल गवर्नमेंट जो होता है एक प्रॉपर डिक्लेरेशन दे देता है दैट इन दिस फील्ड, दैट इज़ माइंस के केस में जो होता है हमारा इक्वल रिन्यूमरेशन एक्ट जो होगा वो एप्लीकेबल नहीं होगा. नेक्स्ट इज़ पावर टू रिमूव द डिफ़िकल्टीज़. So if any difficulty arises in giving effect to the provision of this act, then the central government may by the notification make any order not consistent with the provision of this act which appears to be necessary for the purpose of removing the difficulties. नेक्स्ट इज़ रिपील एंड सेविंग. सो इनिशियली हमने पढ़ा था दैट प्रेसिडेंट ने इक्वल रिन्यूमरेशन का ऑर्डिनेंस पास किया था इन 1975 विच वॉज रिपील्ड आफ्टर द इनैक्टमेंट ऑफ दिस एक्ट. थैंक यू.